Greetings, Cap. Welcome, my dear friend, to Eureka Elementals. I want to thank you so very much for joining me. This will be a runes, a runes reading for January 2024. I do hope wherever this finds you, you are in bliss. You're getting some much needed rest because, Caps, you go all the way in and you can work yourself down to the bone. And so it is so important to rest and rejuvenate. Okay, so this is your runes reading for January 2024. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to dispense with all of the, typical stuff. We're going to jump right on in. I love you, so let's jump right on in, okay? Love, your first one is Anus. Ansuz, I apologize. So this is letting me know that you have some divine inspiration that's coming your way. Message. This is called the Odin, also rune, and Suze is about communication, your wisdom, your intellect, your power, magic, order, insight, true vision. As you can see, this is a very powerful rune, and this is the reason why it's called Odin's rune. So it's about Mercury as well. So whatever, you may want to check your chart and see where your Mercury lies, because at this point your communication is extremely important in the month of January. And also you will be going through a death and a rebirth, some transformation, a metaphorical one at that. So, but whatever it is, it will be inspirational. Okay? So this is the overall energy that you have going into January 2024. Again, mercurial. And of course, I think Mercury is currently in retrograde, I think until the 13th of January. So, it is what it is, but be careful. Next, you have Fei Hu. This is about your luck. This is a very high energy. Aries energy also represents a tower. So what is also associated with is the horns of a herd of cattle, right? And also the red squirrel. Squirrels save their nuts. So it's quite fortuitous as it relates to you. Because, of course, everybody knows that Capricorns are hard workers. They save their money. They're exceptional with money. So this is a wealth rune. Fehu is about your fire, it's about your power, it's about your expansion, your strength, your prosperity, your generosity, your construction. It's all good things, and it's a high energy to go into January with. So right now it's your season. It makes sense that these things are coming out. You've got very high energy runes so far. Okay, and these are runes and also trees as well. Next, you have Rado, and this is about journeys. So it's a Sagittarius, it's a Hierophant energy. So you are really taking action at this point. And it's also about, law, judgment, order, your rites, your rituals, your cycled, ordered kind of energy. It's associated as well with the humpback whale and the chariot, the war energy, sun energy. So you have a total of 3 potent runes really right now, all the way into January, your season. These are runes that you should perhaps carry on you to help you channel these energies in the month of January. Now we're going to pull some Celtic spirit oracles, okay, clarifying. Wow, this is amazing. Clarifying Anus, which is divine inspiration and messenger. The Odin energy is the oak tree. And the oak is about a doorway, strength, and your journey. It's simply, again, clarifying radar, which is also a journey. So you are going to be making moves, lots of transformative moves. And I'm going to put this here so I can pull the book out. And the number here is 1. And I love oak trees. I don't know if you do too, but Oak is as solid as it gets, you know. And so it says here, all right. Um, let's see here. Okay, they have the Celtic knot in the background. It's called a Dara knot. And the knot is said to represent the root system of the oak and symbolizes strength, endurance, and wisdom. Okay? And the writing around the circle says, enter the world of fairy. The mighty oak is the gateway to the other worlds. It is known as the doorway, the threshold between worlds, and also the guardian between worlds. The oak door is often used to access fairy or to journey to the other worlds. Do not take this lightly, as the oak energy is very powerful. Let me tell you something, Capricorn. You are in your power energy at this time. Everything, the universe has completely got your back. Okay? It says you must always walk this path with a pure heart and intent. Of course, Saturn is your ruling planet and it doesn't play around. So Mama or Papa Saturn just doesn't play. It says if you don't, you simply won't be given access through. Spirit can see into the heart of your soul. There is no escaping or trying to be something you are not. Whenever you are in need of strength and stability, call on the oak. Right? The oak is about endurance, but you have to look at what cost. Oak will help you move from a stagnant place or show you that you are moving just ever so gently towards your goal, just as the acorn slowly becomes a tree and continues to grow at a slow and steady pace. The acorn energy is also great to call on for fertility of any kind, and especially new ideas or projects. Lastly, the oak is invaluable when in need of answers or seeking information. Remember its connection to the ancestors and call upon the collective wisdom to guide you when you are lost or in need of clarity. Oak will help you sift through an overwhelming amount of knowledge available to us at this time and give you exactly what you need at the right time. So watch out for synchronicities. So Anus, right, your divine inspiration is clarified by the oak. The oak will help you with the knowledge that you need so that when you can communicate with wisdom. Okay? It is a doorway for additional insights to magic, to order, to spiritual order, to wisdom, right? So you're being given this at this time. It's a doorway and a gateway to the next level. Is the way I'm looking at it. Okay, loves? Next, you have, that was number 1. Number 9, clarifying Fehu, okay, the Aries, the high energy, is the peace walker, okay? And you're being told this is peace, gentle, and forward, right? Forward moving, okay? And what are you told here in Fehu that is clarifying? It's about your fortune, your power, your fertility, your expansion, your prosperity, okay? It's forward looking. So we're going to see now what the Peace Walker is all about. And I'm using several new decks today, so bear with me, Caps, because I do everything for you all. I want you all, everyone in that is a subscriber or watcher, to really get the best benefit out of the reading. It says, the Peace Walker is an elemental who resides on the earth plane to help raise awareness, to help others find their way home. There are many elementals who have chosen to walk this path to help humanity, all of nature and its many beings on this planet. They sometimes find it difficult being in human form, but understand that it is for a greater purpose. At this time, our worlds are all connected, but this may not be so if we continue to destroy what beauty we have in this world. This is the concern they carry, and their task is not an easy one. Peace Walker asks you to take up the challenge yourself and do what you can to help raise the consciousness of humanity. Okay? So it's a high energy, again, that's asking you to construct your consciousness to help humanity. It says, Where can you help or set an example to educate or inspire others to look after nature and all of its beings? Another message by drawing this card is one of finding peace. Peace is essential in this day and age to help us through the stresses of everyday life. Didn't I just tell you, Cap, that you need to rest and relax because you've probably been working hard? To take this time off to recalibrate, like I've said before. It sometimes seems that stress and being busy is taking precedence over being calm and nurturing ourselves. There seems to be less time for ourselves. We are time poor, tired, and running on empty. This in itself is not sustainable unless we balance the scale by finding peace and calm, which means finding time to let this in. Because our external environment reflects our internal environment, by finding peace within ourselves, we can create peace in our external environment and vice versa. Make some time for yourself, even 15 minutes a day, where you can sit and just be. Meditate. If it helps you find your center, get out into nature. When we emanate calm, it is infectious to others, and we receive back calm in answer to the energy we are sending out. Help others find their peace. If this is one thing you feel you can do to make a difference in this world, the more we find peace, the more we can find peace on a collective scale. Become centered and able to handle situations better. Bring balance back into your life and make time for you. And let me tell you something, balance and the ability to have good mental health is in of itself wealth. Okay, so mental health is truly wealth. All right, that's another way of looking at it. I sure do, because I don't tell you something, I don't let anything or anyone disturb my peace. If you have to come to disturb my peace, it is a sign for me to move on. Okay, clarifying Rado, which is about journeying, and the Sagittarius and Hierophant energy is rest. What did I just say before? Rest. Rest. Number 21, self-explanatory. Stop, recharge, and self-care. Number 21. What did I say to you before? And rest is a part of the sacred cycle, a part of ordered energy. You need to come. When you are rested, you can then jump back into your journey. You can then take action, because it's a part of the natural rhythm of life. Rest is. So Capricorns, you are being cautioned on many levels that it's time for you to recalibrate and rest. Okay, next let's get a couple of 3 tarot clarifiers. I'm using a new tarot deck, so bear with me. I'm going to ask in advance. I'm using vice versa tarot, and I will have to consult because it's a little different. Okay, so this is technically the back of the deck. All right, so right, you have the wheel. Okay, and this is of course representing here karma, destiny, fortune, cycles. Now again, it's kind of funny that they use that because Rado also represents cycles. So you have pulled out, and I'm going to read it here from this so I can start familiarizing myself with this deck. It says, completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. Accept change, expansion, birth of new awareness. Okay, so you already had Fehu here as well to let you know that you had a lot of expansion going on for you at this time. So the cosmic wheel is letting you know, and the doorway, the oak is a doorway as well. So you're going on, you close one door, you're now going into another. Well, my dear, you've come out in your own energy. Okay, we have the, okay, again, this is the top of the deck, but okay, you on the rare side of the devil. This is your own energy. So on the opposite side, reverse of the devil, is about freedom, release, restoring control. So you are really not tapping into, at the reverse look of the devil, of course, is that you're no longer bound. See, when the front of the devil is that you're bound, right? They're bound and shackled. You are no longer shackled, right? You have learned to release, okay, any and all, any addictions, anything that pulls you down into that lower vibration, right? And you've restored control in your life. And this is absolutely good, because this tells me that you have taken on your power. You have reclaimed your power. And this, of course, again, tells me that now you can really walk in the energy of peace. And of course, again, it clarifies Fehu, right? Which is about your expansion and your strength and your prosperity. You can walk in peace because the devil doesn't have a hold of you anymore. Okay? You have freed yourself from the devil. Okay? Now that you walk in peace, the devil has nothing on you. Okay? As far as that energy, the negative aspects of that energy has no hold on you. All right? And why? Okay? All right. So this would be normally the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands here is you pick up. I picked it up like this. This is the side that it comes on. Remember, everything's vice versa here. So I'm having to get used to this, right? The shadow side of the 9 of Wands, right? So at this point again, it really tells me that you're exhausted, okay? Fatigue, right? It talks about fatigue, exhaustion, and you need to delegate and pass along work to others, but you're not doing so. You want to stand guard all the time. Sometimes you need to rest, right? Sometimes you need to rest, and so you need to pass. She has her hand. Look at that. She has her hand outstretched so someone else can step up, right? And help to stand guard. You just can't always be on task. So it is time for you. It clarifies that it's time for you to take a journey, take a break, go on rest, right? Rado, rest, right? And rejuvenate in that natural order of life. Take rest. Again, so this is another clarifier for the fact that you need to rest up at this time. Okay? You have been putting in the work. Okay? Now it's time for you to enjoy some well-needed rest. So, essentially, you have done your due diligence. You've gone through, you've ended one cycle. You're about to move into another. And you're getting at this point some well-needed R&R, rest and relaxation. I do hope that you enjoy this rest and relaxation, because my dear Caps, you have earned it. Okay? Nobody works harder than you. Absolutely nobody. All right? Nobody. Okay? Next, if you see this feather, right? Remember, look for signs and synchronicities. You're told to do so. It is from a blackbird. And the blackbird is telling you that the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Indeed, because you have started a new cycle, right? And what is happening is that because you've gone through a new gateway and you started a new cycle, okay? You're calling in new strengths, new abilities, right? You've got new insights with the news, right? A new magic, new power, prosperity. You've got a lot of things coming into you at this point. You are not to fear this, because this is all a part of your elevation journey. Okay? And let's see here. Okay, for you, this is from the Pure Magic Oracle. It's telling you to work with your ancestors, right? And number 1, so family, right? Survival, death, worship. And you all know the importance of ancestral veneration. If you want to up the ante and to get things to the next level and to have a smooth transition, you can ask your ancestors to help you with that. The number here is 1. For those of you who are the numerologists, because I have quite a few that watch the channel. Let's see here what it's recommending for you and your ancestors, because I don't want to take anything for granted. Okay. Let's see. It says, how far down the line do you know about your ancestors and the lives they led? What pieces of the puzzles are in store for you to discover when you reclaim the history of your surviving life? We sit in classrooms as children and learn about the history of the world and its discoverers, explorers, scientists, and leaders who changed the path of the human collective. But we also hold those very types of beings in the thick of our bodies. We carry their magic of the leaders from our own families waiting to be unlocked. And I tell people all the time, his story is rewritten by the people who have won the war. Okay? You'll be very surprised to know, if you dig a little deeper, that a lot of what we're being told is history is a bunch of lies. I would recommend that you tap in. Your ancestors will tell you more than what you need to know. Okay? So I don't believe anything that anybody else writes about me, okay? I'm just letting you know that. Because if it doesn't jive with my spirit and I meditate on it and my ancestors tell me it's a no-go, it's a no-go, okay? I also have done and dug on my own research, and if I was supposed to, and my family bloodlines, and if I was supposed to believe what these idiots tell me in the schools, I would have had a low self-esteem. I never did, thank God, because I didn't listen to these buffoons. And remember, listen, the 1% will never tell you who you really are because they want you to have a mentality of a slave, okay? And so ultimately, everybody on this planet has been enslaved in one way, form, shape, or another. Mental enslavement is the most real of all enslavement, because if you think that this, whatever percentage of people have control and dominion over you, they will continue to do so. And so you have to reclaim your power. This is all me talking, not a book. Anyways, let's go back. All right, Caps. Sorry I had to get my wild antics there. You know how I get. Anyways, so of all spirits throughout the world, the most accessible, responsive spirits of all may be your personal ancestral spirits. Facts. It is assumed in many cultures that following death, some part of the individual stays behind to provide protection to descendants. The remaining family, in return, is expected to remember them, honor their memory, be a source of pride, and perhaps offer gestures of respect on occasion. Your genetic code, your DNA, goes back to the beginning of human time. Facts. If you're not comfortable with your immediate ancestors, go back further. Visualize them hovering over you, wanting to be honored and put to work. Let me tell you something. I'll share a personal story. Once I started doing and getting really into ancestral veneration, I had a very, I did a huge thing once I realized the power of this. And that night, there was literally a party in my home, and I saw just all kinds of what would be perceived by us today, because there's been so much division in our society. All colors, shapes, and nationalities there represented in my home, okay? And one of my aunts who passed away, who I knew, okay, came to my bed, my foot of my bed, and thanked me for doing the work to help many of them cross over. Okay, so I'm letting people know this actually works. They will do things for you and make doors open for you that you didn't even think were possible. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, pure wisdom. Dig a little deeper and remember that we were brought here by the stories of our families, no matter how strong or weak our familial bonds may be. Do not ignore messages that arise at this time, for there is energy waiting for you to tap into that will accelerate your path and direction. I just said this, right? Are you in need of advice on a certain course of action? Tap into the spirit of your ancestor who went through the same or similar journey. They have an abundance of wisdom to offer you if you speak with them. You are guided and protected, but you are also reminded to pay homage to the ones gone before. Remember and give thanks to the past, and your future will be rewarded. And a lot of people wonder why some countries are doing exceptionally well at this time. We here in the United States, for the most part, are the only ones who do not actually practice ancestor veneration actively. And as a result, a lot of the countries that do practice as a part of their ancestral veneration are now the emerging and rising powers, because there is power in that. Okay? If you want to make sure that your bloodline and your people, and even for yourself, there's so much we can do, and I'll be talking a lot more about this. We'll see what happens, but I will start to discuss this more. I did an ancestral veneration video. Oh my goodness. Whenever the strawberry moon was, because I think towards the end of the video, but I recommended people, and I do have a part of that on our website, just telling you what you need. You don't have to get anything from me. Get whatever you need to do, but do the work. Do the work, because it is extremely important to your journey. And I really want everyone to be aware of that, right? Because the ancestors will absolutely help call in your wealth like that. Listen, when I tell you that I had doorways open for me, you will not believe it. Okay? I can't even begin to tell you. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because if I tell people some of the stuff that happened, they wouldn't believe me. Literally, doors open for me that people would never even think possible. Okay? Now, your recommendation is to create a collage. Maybe one of your ancestors. Look at that. This says, gather photos and illustrations that invoke the sensations you feel as you step into the night. Include whatever images, symbols, glyphs, doodles, and even objects that bring you into alignment with the night's energy. So this is called the Night School. It's a deck. It's just meant for different things that you can do, different acts, different rituals that you can utilize to help you along your path in your spiritual journey. But I honestly do believe that working with your ancestors and perhaps creating a collage right where you have your ancestral altar will really help you as well. Put the people, and only people who have passed away, and benevolent ancestors. People don't listen. You don't want to put up somebody up there who didn't like you, because they'll jack your life up. But if you got along well with all the ancestors that are there, and you do the work on a daily basis, you have each of the elements represented on your altar, and you give to them, they will help you continue to shine, Capricorn. You can go from where you're at now to a captain of industry, just like that. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. All right. So with that, my dear Capricorn, I do hope that you have enjoyed this message. I'm glad that right now you're getting yourself some time to relax. You're walking onto a new path. You let the past be gone. You're no longer attached to lower energies. You're in the energies of peace and rest. And now you're letting everything come to you. All of that wealth, all the resources, it's all coming to you. You have tapped into your next level energy, and I'm so proud of you. All the best.